Good morning, students. So today we are going to start with the topic drift velocity. It is the average velocity with which an electron moves in a conductor opposite to the applied electric field. Okay, average velocity. When you apply electric field, when you connect a conductor to a cell or a battery, whenever current flows due to EMF source or voltage source, then the electron will move in a conductor, and the average speed with which the electron will move is the drift velocity. Okay, so let's start with the derivation, then you'll understand better. Okay, so drift velocity. Suppose you have a piece of conductor of length L. Okay, so there will be many electrons. You apply. This is also a piece of wire. I'm just considering this much piece. Okay, rest. This is also wire, but let's consider only this much portion. Here, in this, whatever is the average velocity of electron, that will be drift velocity. The same will be in the remaining wire also, because series connection. Okay, so these are electrons. These dots are electron. This is positive terminal of the cell. So these electrons will move towards positive direction. So they all will move in this direction. So average velocity will be same. Okay, will be in this direction, and so the direction of current will be opposite to the motion of electron. This will be the direction of current from positive to negative side. Now, what if there is no battery connected? If there is no battery connected, still free electrons are there, and they all are in random motion. But what happens is, even though there is a random motion, when you'll find average, they are all moving randomly here and there, left, right, forward, backward. So average velocity is 0. But once we apply this external electric field, so they all get drifted in one particular direction. Okay, they all get drifted in one particular direction. Okay, so suppose the initial velocity when there was no source of electric field is u1, u2, un for n number of electrons present inside this conductor. Now when you apply electric field, this is without application of any electric field. So your average, if I'll take average of all this, addition of the vector divided by n, this will be 0 because there is no source of EMF. Now suppose you apply electric field, you apply the potential difference. So each electron is accelerated with a force. Okay, and that force, like F1, will be charge on the first electron into electric field. Plus electric field will be same. Okay, for all the electrons, they will receive same amount of electric field. So then E. So all electrons, because charge on each electron is same, electric field's direction and magnitude is same for all the electrons. So I have to add this vector. If I have to find the force, net force, it will be just addition of, or just leave it. Force is common for all of them, so we'll just write this. And what about acceleration? Acceleration is force upon mass of the particle, so it will be EE by mass of the electron. So each electron is accelerating with the same acceleration. Okay, now what is, so they all are accelerating. Now let's find the final velocity V1. Final velocity before collision, before they collide with another particle. So how do every particle is colliding with another particle after different time? So let tau 1, tau 2, tau 3 be the average time of collision. Okay, so what will be the velocity before collision for particle 1? It will be, velocity is u plus at, so u1 plus acceleration into t1, your tau 1. Okay, then v2 will be equal to u2 plus a tau 2, yeah, just write, okay, t1, t2, let's write t only. T2 is the time after which the second particle gets collided. Then same way Vn, when you reach Vn, it will be un plus a tn. Okay, now when we have to take average of all this, that will be the drift velocity. So average will be v1 plus v2 plus dot plus vn by n. Okay, now when you substitute these here, you will get one term of this by n, another term of sum of all this by n. Now in all of them, A is common. Okay, so I'll write this term Vd, drift velocity, is equal to u1 plus u2 plus un, all vector with n, plus A, if you take common, it is t1 plus t2 plus dot 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 plus tn by n. Okay, so two terms we are getting. Now this term is 0. Before applying electric field, this was 0 because of the random motion. This part was because of the electric field applied. So here A is common, but this is average time. So I took t1 as time after which the first electron collides. T2 is the time gap in which second particle collides. Tn. So this way, this is average time of collision, and this is called relaxation time. Okay, relaxation time is the average time between two successive collision. So tau or the relaxation time is the average time between two successive collision. So finally, drift velocity Vd is equal to A into tau. And what is A? A is E by m. So E by m into tau. And this also will be negative. Why? Because it is an electron. So the direction of acceleration is different from the velocity. Electric field and velocity are in opposite direction. Okay, and if we take magnitude, then Vd is equal to, then we can remove that minus sign. Okay, fine. Now what about the electric field? Now you know that E dot dl. Okay, electric field in this region is same. Dl is this length. So dl will become L. E dl is equal to potential difference V. So E will be equal to V by L. So that I can substitute here. E V by L into tau is Vd. Okay, this is also expression for drift velocity. And relaxation time, when I told you, this relaxation, its order is 10 raised to power minus 14 seconds. Okay, 10 raised to power minus 14 seconds. The order, that means average time after which the two electrons collide, or the electron collides with the ions present in the conducting material, is 10 raised to power minus 14 seconds. Okay, children. So, and here is, although the moment you switch on the conductor, switch on electricity, there is electricity in the wire, your appliances, no matter how far they just start to work. But you see, this is the average time, in which electron collides with the ions or the molecule present nearby. Not just between them, successive collision means electron will move. See, electron will move, collide with the ion. It will lose its energy. Then again it will move, collide with an ion. Again it will lose its energy. So this way the average velocity here remains constant, and this average velocity is the drift velocity, which depends on these things. Charge is constant, mass of electron is constant. It depends on the relaxation time and electric field. Now relaxation time is the time which depends on temperature. So if you increase temperature, there is more random motion, tau will decrease, and if this decreases, your drift velocity will decrease. Obviously, if temperature increases, tau decreases, drift velocity will decrease. Is it clear? And you see here there is a relation with voltage. If you decrease voltage, drift velocity will decrease. If you increase voltage, drift velocity will increase. Then length also determines. If you increase the length of the wire, then same potential, but you increase the length of the wire, then it will change. How inversely it will change. Okay, children, inversely it is changing. Then relation between drift velocity and electric current. So what is the relation? I is equal to Q upon time. Okay, this you all know. I is equal to Q upon time. But then in this conductor, if n is the number density, small n, number density of electrons, so number of electron per unit volume, then how many electrons are actually present in this volume? This is cross-sectional area. Okay, it's like a cylinder, so cross-sectional area. So if this is number density, number of electrons per unit volume, then total number of electrons here will be n into volume. Volume is area of cross-section into length. So this is total number of electron into E. If I'll get total charge present in that part, divided by T will give me current. Okay, divided by T will give me current. So now you see L by T, NAE, L by T, length covered per unit time, average distance covered upon total time taken. So this length, this time taken will give you drift velocity. So NEA, this is VD. I is equal to NEA VD. This is the expression, the relation between drift velocity and current. Okay, and then there is a term called mobility. Symbol is mu. Mobility of electron is actually VD upon E. So it's a ratio of drift velocity to the electric field. Okay, drift velocity to the electric field. So VD will be equal to mu E. And you know that VD is NIA VD. So you can substitute here, and you can, in place of VD, you can write mu into E. So various relations. This is mobility. This is the ratio of drift velocity to the electric field. That's all for today.